Okay, this is the last video for Chapter 3, Section 6, where we are talking about compound inequalities. Specifically, we're talking about AND statements and OR statements in the inequalities, where AND statements talk about a range. You know, what is a range that something falls within? Okay, except this time what's happening is that we are given the graph and we need to come up with the inequality, the compound inequality statement. If you recall from the last video, I said that when the arrows are pointing away from each other, like the ones that are happening here, is that they look like oars. They look like oars of a boat. Okay, so this one is an example of an OR statement. OR statements are really easy to write. So let's start on this on the left-hand side here. Okay, we just need a variable, so I'm just going to choose n. Okay, and something is happening around -8. And then, so we can say, all right, this is being pulled away from the 8, is less than 8. So this something is going to be less than 8. But what you should also see is that the circle is filled in, so it could be equal to -8. Okay, don't forget about the tip that we said, if the variable is written on the left-hand side, this arrowhead matches our inequality. And so that can make the process a lot easier. But I want you to understand the process first before you take that jump. Okay, so now we need to write it for this one. We need to use the same variable. We're going to use n. Something is happening around 0. And what we're saying is that n is going to be greater than 0. Notice that this is an open circle, so we don't need the equal sign underneath of it. Okay, and just to check it again, is that our variable, we wrote our variable on the left-hand side, so this arrowhead matches our inequality. Okay, the second example we're going to take a look at, notice the difference. These arrows are pointing away. This is an OR statement. It looks like the oars of a rowboat. Okay, so this must be an AND statement. It's a range. They're written up a little bit differently. So what we're going to do is we'll choose a variable. We'll just say x. Okay, and something is happening around -2, and something is happening around 5. Okay, let's think about this for a second. Okay, in your head, what you should say is that, okay, we stopped at -2. -2 is the lowest number. So this variable must be greater than -2. The variable must be greater than -2. Okay, well, if it's greater than -2, it must be less than -5. -5 is going to be 5 is going to be the biggest number. Let's check it with the arrowheads. And so what I want you to think about, though, is that what's really happening here, okay, is this 5, when the line comes up, it's going to go all the way over here infinitively. Okay, and then on the -2, when it comes up, it's going to go this way. Okay, the variable for a 5 is written on the left-hand side, so we need it to match that arrowhead. And it does, so that looks pretty good. Okay, that's just half of checking it. Okay, here's the next two examples. Looking at them right away, which one would you say is an AND statement? Which one would you say is an OR statement? Okay, and I hope that you determined that the second one here, this is our OR statement. We'll do that one in just a minute. Okay, so this is our AND statement. We need a variable. We're going to just place it in the center. Something is happening around -2, and something is also happening around -9. Okay, when you think about what the graph is saying, you should recognize that -9 is the lowest point. The lowest point is -9, so this variable must be greater than -9. Okay, -2 is our highest point, so this variable must be less than -2. Neither one of them are filled in circles, so we do not need equal signs at the bottom of each of our inequalities. Okay, last one, it's an or statement. Or statements are really easy to write. I'm just going to make an or here. Okay, and I'll just choose P. So something is happening around 2. Okay, I wrote my variable on the left-hand side. This arrowhead matches my inequality. The circle's filled in, so I also need an equal sign. Okay, let's go to the other side. I need to use the same variable. Something is happening around -3. Okay, because I wrote my variable on the left-hand side, the arrowhead matches it. And is also going to be an equal sign because it's filled in.